この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Mushishi Zoku Show. We're on the last couple episodes of the first season of Zoku Show, which is the second season of Mushishi, and it's a little weird. So we're going to watch 9 and 10 today, and then next week will be Odoro no Michi, which is the OVA that ends off the series and is a double-length episode. And then we will move into Mushishi Zoku Show Season 2, which is like Season 2 of the Season 2, so it's actually sort of Season 3, but it's also just the second quarter of the second season. Nice. Why did they Mushishi like name their things this way? I don't know. It's kind of confusing, but that's okay. We don't have to worry about it right now. What we do have to worry about is episodes 9 and 10 of Mushishi. In the last couple episodes, we had a couple of bangers, a couple of really solid eps. We had the Rainmaker lady who saw and touched a mirage when she was a little girl, and it caused her to constantly carry rain clouds around with her, or actually, more importantly, not clouds, just the rain itself. To the point where it was like flooding villages and killing people and making people sick and stuff. So now she travels the world finding places that are dry and making them wet. Truly a hero, except when it doesn't work because it's sort of fading and the power is sort of going away from her. But after running in with Ginkgo and kind of talking about it, she figured out what was going on there and what was actually happening there, and that was good. She was able to not kill people, which is nice, and to go on with her life in a better way, which is also nice. Then we had the Windmaker, and that one was a little bit spooky. We met a boy on a sailing ship who's capable of whistling to call weird wind spirits, and we find out that those weird wind spirits are called by him because they're actually attracted to these snake creatures that make holes in rocks that whistle, and Ginkgo happened to have a rock with the hole in it made by the snake creatures, so we were able to do some stuff about that, but he had kind of a falling out with his probably stepmother and decided to use his magic powers to call snake creatures to make her sick and potentially kill her until Ginkgo was like, no. And then he was like, okay. And then he went off sailing and lived his life. So that's pretty good. That's pretty great. I'm happy for him. All in all, I know that I made kind of light of those couple of episodes, but I think that they were, as I said before, bangers. They were pretty damn good and pretty interesting, like interactions between people and Mushishi, and the way that people and the way that they can interact with Mushishi changes the world of humans was pretty freaking cool, and some solid Mushishi goodness. We are moving into episodes 9 and 10, and I forget what episode 9 was in the ending thing, and I haven't gone and looked at it, so we're just gonna watch it, and we'll find out as we go along. I doubt we'll stick with the earth, wind, fire, air sort of situation that we've been going with, because that's been a weird joke that I've been making, and it'll probably be something totally unrelated and not a weather-related phenomenon, but we'll see. You also might notice that I'm not drinking tea this morning. I will be drinking a protein shake because I haven't had breakfast yet, and I need calories of some kind. Also, my entire schedule is super thrown off because yesterday was Labor Day, which is a United States holiday. We don't celebrate May Day. We celebrate a different Labor Day because we just have to be unique and different, I guess. But it's a day to celebrate labor and unions and stuff, and so most people have the day off from work. So I recorded my video for the day, and every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, my roommate and I, we go to the gym. And so we went to the gym and it was closed. It had closed right before we got there. So that fucking sucked. And my entire schedule, like physically and psychologically and mentally, is completely thrown off because I'm used to like lifting my body into the ground on Mondays, and that sets me up for the rest of the week. So I feel fucking weird is the honest answer. I feel strange. I've got energy and I feel okay, but it sucks to not be able to exercise the way that you want to. So sucks. Anyway, that's really neither here nor there, but it is on my mind. We're here for Mushishi Zoku Show, episode 9. I, again, don't remember what this episode was titled, and I don't know that it matters. Let's fucking watch it. So, I've got episode 9 up and ready to go. It's 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description down there, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you want to do a syncy thing and sync up your own copy with the timer-based version, you are welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you right now. Let's go. Shiver. I don't understand that line. We solved all the holes we had to breathe to make the other one leave. I don't get it. But with a voice like that, you don't need to understand the lyrics. Just need to hear them. Snow and gray. Odd, odd. You're not Ginkgo. You're not Ginkgo. Oh, you're Ginkgo. Hi, Ginkgo. Wow, they got the sound of the snow crunching so well. Oh, he's carrying him. What about my box? Don't leave my box. Why is it green? It is another weird weather phenomenon thing. Valley? Okay, I wouldn't have remembered that. Why is there green in the middle of a snowy landscape? That's not normal. Something's weird. There be Mushi afoot. Detective Ginkgo on the case. Oh, it's children. Hello, children. Yeah, but he wasn't moving. No. Yeah. Oh. Thanks. Seiya. Soya. Sorry. What song is that? I think it's called Seiya Soya. Thank you. Oh, fuck. Eating like kings. In the middle of... Yeah, it's a little weird. Bad? No, child. Domo. Oh, it is like paradise. What the fuck? Yeah, how does that work? We're in the middle of a snowy mountain. Nah, must have been my imagination. The husband guy? That's insane. That's insane. Eh. He still looks like he's favoring it. Maybe it was just the way he was standing. Mm. Does the man not sleep? Do you know where he hides his meth? Okay, so it is a paradise of green. Yeah, no, that's insane. Okay, there are clearly, like, there are two things going on, though. One is the weather here is different. Two is that dude is out there working all night. Oh, that's actually a reasonable concern. Hi. Is it husband boy? Hey man, how do you have so much energy? G Fuel. Don't buy G Fuel. Don't buy G Fuel. Anti-recommendation. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but it's not good. Yeah, how you do this? Hard work and determination. What? But you mean literally nonstop. Also, the weather, dude. The weather is not normal here. Oh? What kind of cologne you wearing, bro? That's not normal, man. Where are you sure the food you're eating doesn't contain meth? Like that sounds like amphetamines. Oh, is it? That could make sense. No. It's the smell of love. No, but really, what is it cokey or something like it? Kinko just realized, but I don't know what. Yeah, he's still hobbling. Still hobbling. Yeah, but I feel bad just sitting around. Gone. Okay. Okay. Oh. How did you know that? He knows too much. Throw him into the snow. Yeah, where's his box? The little titan. Yeah, meth always has a price. I mean, he's great. He seems good. I'm not trying to accuse him of anything. I'm just worried about his health and safety. You know, like meth takes a toll on you. You might feel great in the moment and you might have tons of energy, but it's going to destroy you. Methamphetamine. Eh, I want to be an actor. I don't want to work in a farm. Okay. Easy. Indeed. You're going to die. Hmm. And that's fucking awesome, man. But I built this city. And so you're taking He has a right to know. It's not yours either. We're gonna have to leave and we're gonna come back and they're all gonna be fucking dead. Yeah. Yeah. Is he sucking the life from other things? Eh. Oh. It all just feeds into the work. Every bit of stress, every bit of pressure, it all just feeds into the work. I can't tell if this is a metaphor for being a... Whoa, is he fading too? Or was that just the light as he closed his hand? Because it looked like he became more wrinkled as that happened. Yeah, but can we fucking talk? Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. So he gives them the ability to stop it. But what is it? Whoa, buddy. Oh, no. That's the crash, man. You take that many stimulants and you're gonna crash. It's gonna have to sleep for a year. Oh, he's awake. I gotta go work. No, I feel great. Sit the fuck down. That's damn right. Okay, let's talk for real, Pops. Oh, the same scene as with Ginkgo. Wait, but this place is already green. How? Ooh. Ooh. What did you find and give him? Yeah, he's going to die. But what did you find? Huh? Just a big titty in the middle. Oh, it's just a milk lake. I was thinking just like a big titty hill. Oh, a fountain of milk. It is kind of a fountain of milk, though. But it's like Koki. But instead it's mushy goop? Candy, gimme. And thus he was weaned on weird forest water. She began to produce. It's like Koki, but it's not. It's cloudy. Yeah, we should go back to Cum Lake. Sorry. Ooh. Weird. Your mother. Yeah. Oh, no. Seems like all of your life force is turning into milk, dude. No blood? Oh. Oh, no thanks. Nope, 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 nope. That's the grossest thing I've ever seen. What the fuck? I'm bleeding breast milk. Nope. Which is why he hasn't told him. Oh. Oh, no. Don't drink that. Bad child. Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring levity into this, but it's not levity filled. It's sad. Is this a metaphor for working your entire life and like working yourself to the bone to support your children, only for them to have to do the exact same thing to support their children? Just the constant cycle of fucking up your own life in order to help your kids. I doubt it. I don't think that's what this is about. You can make it about that if you wanted to, which is super great and self-sacrificing of her, but also, ew. What the fuck? Is that Ginkgo back? Oof. I guess. How does it work? Oh, it's a parasite. Oh. Oh, okay. Promotes the growth of nearby plants, which is why everything's so green. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna take your kids, dude. And then your wife. But they were also your own hard work. Right. You just had some help. Yeah, but it's gonna take your kids, dude. It's gonna take your kids, dude, and your wife. Look around. Do you see any other infants? It's gonna take your baby. Yes, but then he's willing to sacrifice. Oh. And they were still able to farm? Wait, what? They just kept living this way and nothing bad happened? That doesn't seem right. What? Wait, what? Where's the turn? There were no consequences? They just kept going. He didn't Mushi purge and they just kept going and there were no consequences? So Ginkgo was fucking wrong? I thought that was pretty clear cut. Like, he already was starting to collapse, right? Like, you're gonna, it's eating you from the inside. It's going to, once you've burned up all your energy and you collapse, it's going to move to another infant, which will be your children because they're the only ones around, and start the cycle over, right? This was really clear cut. What happened? Am I fucking missing something? Am I out of my gourd here? Like, is this just a situation where the Mushi has no, like, consequence, and they just get to live in their village, in their valley, and make it super amazing all the time? That's bullshit. I mean, good for them, but that's bullshit. What? Like, we even have the scene, like, the snow starts falling all over everything, and then they all die. Because you can't keep this up. You can't just keep taking the amphetamines, right? Like, what? I feel like the metaphor just fell apart. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Oh, another snowy one. Cool. Okay. This episode seems really clear cut from start until, like, right here. Until, like, right here. It seems super clear cut. We have Boyo learning that the power that he's been invested with killed his mother and will kill him, and then will spread to his family and will start killing them, right? Like, he knows this. That is what Ginkgo has just told him. That is what the Mushi that's in him does. And then he goes, well, I can't give this up. And his father looks on and goes, that's my boy. And then we come back a couple years later and snow falls on everything. But they keep on farming and magically keep making plants. And there are no consequences. His wife is fine. All his kids are fine. They're eating good. Everything's great. Fuck it, kids. Do drugs. Drugs are great. Just take the meth. What? What am I missing here? Because the meth joke is fun. Yay, ha ha, he, ho ho ho. It's amphetamines. They kill people. Funny joke. But, like, metaphorically and non-metaphorically, real world in Mushi world, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Mostly because that's, like, what? First off, the formula of Mushishi episodes, most of the time is if the thing gives you powers that are too good to be true, it's usually too good to be true. But in this case, it's just good and it's true. It's fine. It's totally fine to work all day and all night every fucking day and like destroy yourself making your whole place. Unless what I'm supposed to be taking away from this is that he specifically says that he's not going to give it up. I'm not an infant who blah 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 blah. I'm not going to give this up. So wait, am I supposed to take away that he did give it up and that like the reason that most of the play, but we can still see that there are patties underneath all this snow. Am I supposed to take away that he did give it up and they like downscaled their farming operation to a much smaller one and they're still able to grow like radishes but not massive fields of rice and yet they can still survive off of that? Is that what but that's not what it says. That's not what it says. What it says is they continue to do great and flourish and stuff. But even now the valley surges with echoes with laughter and joy. What? Okay, I'm going to look up like a plot synopsis to see if I can read a plot synopsis and see if it makes more sense to me. I don't normally do this, but that's what I'm going to do because I feel like I fully have missed something. Okay, wait. No, you know what? I found a Reddit thread of the discussion thread on it and I might be wrong. Give me a sec here. Okay. Okay. No. Robbie crops sown in winter and harvested in spring. Like radishes. Yeah, so we see them harvesting radishes, which are winter crops. So that makes sense. Okay. No, and the way that he says I'm hungry and they take a break midday, and also the fact that they're all working in the fields means that I've made a mistake and I've misinterpreted. The way that at least one Redditor interprets this episode, which I'm going to agree with because it works way better and makes more sense and doesn't make me go, what the fuck, is that he eventually did take the Mushi Purge. The reason that there's winter and snow in the valley is because he took the Mushi Purge and is safe. Which goes completely against the things that he said, but apparently he eventually did. And now he can't work all the time, so his family and him work a much downscaled operation to just get them through the winter until they will get into spring again and still do well. So he took the Mushi Purge, all is well, and now the family has to all work together in order to feed themselves using like standard winter crops instead of being able to have magic paradise of rice all the time. Okay, yeah. It's not very clear about that. I feel like the episode is not super clear about that, mostly because this dude is like, lol, no, I'm not taking the Mushi Purge. I can't give this up. Also, I cannot give up this power. I have to support my family this way. I'm no longer an infant who needs someone to protect him. Even if I have to do this, even if it means I use the same power that killed my mother. And then his dad is like, good job, son. This whole scene sucks. I'm just gonna flat out say it. I think this whole scene is the shit. This is the bad. Because it doesn't track. It doesn't imply it fully states that he's not going to do it, right? Like he's not going to take the Mushi Purge. He's not going to do the better safe thing that Gingo recommends for his family. He's going to fully ignore doctor's orders, keep taking meth, and keep working the fields, right? Chillin'. But then the actual story is that he does the opposite, I think. It's better. It's better than just being a flat like a flat out insult to the way that most Mushishi episodes play out. It's better to see it this way, for sure. But I find the end of this episode specifically, very confusing. And I'm sorry to focus on it so much, but you know, the things that stand out are the things that I'm going to focus on, and the way that this ends absolutely stands out to me as weird and wrong. Because it doesn't make sense. The whole story is it now makes sense, I suppose. It now makes sense We come into this place, we meet the guy, he's powered by Mushi amphetamine, and goes working all the time. We talk about it to a couple of people, like, hey, we float the idea of maybe this isn't the best situation in the entire universe. And Grandpops is like, hell no, you don't get to say that. This is my family. Don't interfere with us. And so Ginkgo steps back and goes, okay, whoa, thanks for saving my life. I'm chilling. But you should probably know the truth. And then we tell the truth of the actual story to the kid, to the husband guy. And it's a freaking creepy, awesome story. I think the story behind the story is fucking great. It's crazy great. Find out that his mom died because of this and that he's on the same path. And then weird conversation. He refuses to take the thing, and then everything is happy, fine. This ending sucks. This ending, it just needs a little bit more clarity. It just needs a little bit more clarity. But once that clarity is there, and once I spent some time thinking about it, and then went and read a synopsis, and then went and read a Reddit discussion thread interpretation of the synopsis, because I'm stupid and Redditors are way smarter than me. Now I kind of get it. I kind of get it. Cool. He took the thing, and now they have to actually all work together, and he can't work all the time, I guess. Let's separate ourselves from my gut emotional reaction to that ending, because it was weird, and talk about the rest of the episode. I think it's really cool. I think the winter imagery is great. I think the contrast of this paradise valley inside this wintry, snowy mountain area is awesome. I really like the design and voice acting and like the character of main husband guy. I think he's pretty cool, and I think his whole idea is pretty interesting. And I think the idea of the whole story is really, really interesting. This Mushi that effectively co-opts our instinct to protect our children is sort of what it takes over, right? And it takes it to a far, far extreme where the parent works themselves into oblivion in order to support their children. The mother, she effectively worked herself into oblivion just creating milk for him, right? Literally her lifeblood turning into milk to support her kid. Which I think if we want to take that as a metaphor for like the working life of parents and the way that a lot of parents who are not wealthy are forced to and choose to, like, I'm not saying that this is necessarily a horrible thing, but choose to work themselves into non-existence in order to support their kids. I think that's a way to take it and a way to think of it, and a weird critique if you want to see it that way. But it's also a very interesting Mushi that takes over and parasitizes children and then utilizes. It's almost kind of like the cuckoo bird in a way, where it lays its own eggs in the nest of another bird and then allows the mother and the parents of that bird to feed its children while kicking the other eggs and the other birds out of the nest and killing them. That's pretty interesting. Because that's kind of what the Mushi does. It co-opts the entire family dynamic in order to support itself. That's scary, spooky, and weird and intriguing, and I like it as a story element. This is another one of those episodes where Ginkgo comes like head to head with, I wouldn't call it like tradition or anything, but comes head to head with a group and their ideals and values, and their resistance to change, which has been kind of, I guess, a theme throughout a couple of different episodes in Zoku Show, at least. Yeah, if you're going to repay our kindness by doing us harm, please leave. But he's also haunted by those memories. It's interesting. He's also a great archetype of a workaholic dad, which is something that I say as someone who grew up with a workaholic dad. This like need, this craving, this absolute need to keep going and going and going and going and going, even when it hurts you, is something that's very familiar to me. Yeah, and also the pride in it. I'm the one who made this valley into what it is today. The only thing that's missing from that dynamic in terms of like familiarity for me is the pushing that attitude onto other people, which is something that my father did constantly, and the disdain for anyone who didn't work as hard as he did. Uh, uh, Although he kept like hamster wheeling and spinning into nothing, um, which can be quite sad. Um, hmm. This is an interesting episode. It's interesting in its relation to work. It's interesting in its relation to family. It's interesting in what it's saying. I'm not 100% sold on any of my interpretations of the metaphor or the symbolism of this episode as being accurate, partly because apparently I fully misinterpreted the ending, which I think is a flaw in the way that the ending is constructed and presented to the audience. Um, But, the dude fully collapses and then gets up and is like, "No, I'm fine. I'm chilling." Here's the whole story of his birth, near death, and then his mother's death in order to save him, and the fact that there is definitely some weird mushy goop inside of him that's causing this, and then goes, "Nah, I'm fine. Everything's good here." Definitely not going to take the advice of this Mushishi, who seems pretty knowledgeable, who tells me that my own family is in peril because of it, and then apparently does take that advice totally off screen without us actually recognizing it. Weird. I think this is a weird episode with some bad choices in terms of like explanation and showing us what's going on and just clarity and conveyance of actual information just in these last 2.5 minutes. Um, I think everything else in the episode is pretty darn stellar, is at least on par with the rest of Mushishi in terms of setting up an interesting story, setting up interesting Mushi, setting up interesting characters in the way that they interact with the world and with each other, and then it kind of falls apart at the end. Just like not because I misinterpreted it, but because even after going back through it, I think it's too easy to misinterpret. I think it's just like this needs one more pass to be like, oh, maybe we should have the line here where Ginkgo goes, and it seems like the dude took the thing and everything is better now. But we're left to just sort of interpret that off of them farming in the winter, and I was not able to do that at all. I get maybe if I had more like cultural grounding and understanding of the specific crops that they're growing. I mean, it looks like they're growing giant radishes. Then maybe I would immediately go, oh, I guess they aren't farming the way that they used to, and stuff. But we also get the voiceover telling us like they experienced the first of a couple of harsh winters. So that implies to me that like the reason the crops are all covered isn't his doing. It's just that the winter is harsher. It's weird. I thought that this ending was going to be they got covered in winter. He chose not to do it, and we pan into a bunch of skeletons. Like they're all fucking dead because he chose not to take the Mushishi drink, the Mushi purge. But no, 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 no. He apparently did take the Mushi purge, and all is well. Good job, Ginkgo. You saved a family, I guess. Weird. Yeah, okay. I think that's all I've really got for this episode. Really like an interesting story, an interesting family dynamic, another interesting family mystery. We had the weird family mystery of like the tree lady and some other things like that in this season. This one was a weird family mystery. And I guess the thing that I've kind of glossed over is the promise that the mother requested when she was dying, which is that he never be told the truth. And that's the main reason for the grandfather character's like resistance to Ginkgo telling them about anything, is because it will go against her wishes. But eventually the truth is told, the reality comes out, and I guess the choices that are made after that reality becomes apparent are the correct choices. So goodish episode. I don't like the ending. It can play out the way that it does. It just needs to be more clear about it. Because I'm dumb and I need the show to spoon feed me what's actually occurring. Because otherwise I'll misinterpret. And I think that's true in a lot of cases for a lot of people and a lot of different shows. So yeah, clarity. It's important. Conveyance. It's important. Let's move on to the next episode. I wanna watch the milky taste of this one out of my mouth and watch something different. I'll take a breaky thingy, do a sinky thingy, and be back in a second for episode 10. See you in a moment. Peace. All right, welcome back. We're good to go for episode 10, and we have once more the aptly chosen song Shiver for what is apparently going to be another wintry episode. Interesting. Let's watch the episode and find out what the heck this one's about. Hopefully, no weird breast milk mushi, because that was weird. Beep beep timer. I guess it's just condensation. Hmm. And we switch to water. Oh. Okay, doesn't seem super wintry. End of winter. Cool trees. Okay. Still a bit wintry. Okay, cool. The river? The vein? No, these are tiny. Threads of mushi. Almost like neurons. Hmm. Hmm. Darn. Darn climate change. Anti-Mushishi Smoke Lodge? Yeah. Cool. Really hot boxing, eh, Ginkgo? We've had a drug-fueled pair of episodes, huh? Can't be good to be breathing all that. Oh, he's planning to go to sleep for a while. Very quiet episode. I really like this sequence. Pure silence. Actually feels like nature. It's kind of crazy. Just a person standing right outside. Hi. Oh, did he sleep all year? Did he sleep all fucking year? There shouldn't be more of it. Was that snow or are those Mushi? Those must be Mushi. Ah. Or is there something specifically weird going on here? Hmm. They're staying here, so winter is staying here? Oh, tracks. They're your tracks? You're trapped here. Oh shit, it's like that forest. With the bamboo things. Why are you trapped here? Maybe the Oroshibue or whatever are sealed here as well, yeah. Was it sealed by another Mushishi? Like that kind of seal? And why it's still winter. Yeah, what? Weird mystery. Was it another Mushishi? Hmm. Hey man, it's me, the Mountain Lord. I'm out for a snack. Okay. Drip, drip. Never mind. Safety first. That's cool that he's got a map with different Mushi lords. Can you follow the stream very far, or do you just get reset? Oh, a cave. Hello, anybody home? Yeah, there's no life. The mountain itself is dying. Maybe the Lord here died. What did you just sense? I don't see anything. Okay, you got the tingly feeling. Weird. Wait, what's dragged in the middle there? What are those marks? It's a clown on a unicycle. No, what the fuck is that? Is that like a lizard dragging its tail? It almost looks like that. Liquid water. Well, maybe it might be frozen. No, liquid water. What? Hello? Hello? What? That's the Mountain Lord? Okay, cool. Rad. Is he alive? Homeboy? Homeboy McTurtle? Turtle McMahon? Hey! Hey, buddy! Wake up! Did he just get super cold? Like most reptiles? Or is he dead? Oh, hi. Oh, hello. Hmm. Who the fuck are you? Are they gonna attack you? Looks like the Mountain Lord does not like you, my man. Oh, don't step in the water. Oh, no. Ginkgo versus a mountain. Who wins? Shit. Shit. Fuck. Shit. You're gonna end up in the Light Vein River. Absolutely horrifying. Sorry if anybody has fears of drowning. Have fun with that one. Enjoy your nightmares. What? What the fuck? No, not the box. All right, well, show's over, guys. Ginkgo's dead. Thanks, Angry Turtle. What the fuck, man? Bruh. I'm just trying to walk around here. You don't have to kill me for it. That's mean. It's a mean turtle. All right, down we go, and with shimmers of what looks like the light vein. But what is it? Where are we? Oh, hello, Mr. Lizard. Are you as mean as Mr. Turtle? Mr. Tortoise Turtle was not very nice to me. Is the Lord of the Mountain, like, storing all his animals down here for something? That's weird. Maybe you're just dying. No, I don't think so. Putting all the creatures into some kind of permanent hibernation? You've fallen into the La Brea tar pits. Oh, we got bubbly stuff. Koki? Light vein stuff? Yeah. The magic lake. Huh? Just waiting? Like a tree, like, bringing all its sap into its trunk during the winter? I'm not glad. We got more episodes to make, Ginkgo. You can't die here. This is a weird, slow, hyper quiet episode. I really like those elements of it, but I am wigged out by the way that the story is progressing. It's weird. But eventually it will end, I suppose. Awaken, awaken. And Ginkgo bursts to the surface. Yep, hello. Hi. Huh, weird nap. Where's that fucking turtle? Where is that fucking turtle? Hey, turtle bro. The fuck? My box. Oh, you're Koki. Haha. We stole your booze. Ha 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 ha. Wee hee hee hee. What the hell? Ginkgo, did any of this really happen, or did you just trip the fuck out off of Koki or something? What the hell? That's a great piece of animation, though. Hey, turtle bro, why? 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 Why should I die? Oh, what the fudge? I've seen enough hentai to... No, okay. So now they're gonna come for you, because they love Ginkgo. Shit, true. I'm sure you can just dry it out. Spring has sprung. And we're out. Home free in the spring. What? Maybe, but well, I don't. I guess it's meant to be so. It's a good purpose. What? What did you just realize? Just to steal your Koki? Motherfucking turtle. Never trust a turtle tortoise. Just to rejuvenate with some Koki? Does that have to do with the, like, weakening of the light veins? And all the animals are back. So the Lord of the Mountain held all the animals in suspended animation for a while in order to wait until he could replenish the mountain with Mushishi's Koki? The fuck, bro? You could just ask. Why don't you just ask? Goddamn Mushi. Goddamn spirits. Damn Shintoism being all weird. I mean, I guess it's better than other theologies where deities are just like, yeah, instead of being nice, I'm just gonna obliterate your city. Trickster of spring, huh? Strange episode. Really pretty. The soundscape is great. The use of silence is fantastic. The quiet moments are wonderful. Especially that one in the beginning where it's just pure silence for a while. Amazing. Weird story. Very weird story. Get pulled into a tar pit, chillax there until winter ends, just so that a tortoise. I've combined turtle and tortoise because I don't actually know which one it is. So just so that a turtle mountain god can steal your booze. The fuck, old man? Old turtle of the mountain? What? Get your own. There's a liquor store down the street. Get your own. Okay, there is a little end card, which I guess will be for Odoro no Michi, the OVA thing, right? Yeah, which I've also seen that listed as Path of Thorns, which is a little bit spookier, a little bit more sinister, and I'm intrigued by either one. Speaking of spooky and sinister, this episode doesn't feel sinister at all, at any point. And I think that's actually maybe the strongest and most interesting thing about it. Even when we're being, like, trapped on this mountain or sucked into the depths of this water, it feels more mysterious and mystical and magical than it does spooky or scary or claustrophobic or trapped or frightful in any way. Even though it seems like this tortoise fucked us over, it's never scary. It's only curious and mysterious. And I think that's really powerful and really interesting. This whole sequence when he when he buttons up for the winter and we just watch we have all of these scenes. Like, how long is it that we just sit in silence? Because it's from this moment, so like 4:10. We get wind coming in at 5:10. Just these wind sounds, and we fade out at like 5:15 to open up in here. So it's for 1 minute and 5 seconds of almost perfect silence. Little bits of birds, little bits of just pure nature without Ginkgo walking through it, without anybody talking, without hitting a cigarette, nothing. Just quiet. And that's all that there is in this episode, are nature sounds and Ginkgo's internal monologue. That's all that there is. His feet crunching on snow, wind blowing by, birds chirping and then not chirping in the middle of the winter. That's all the sound that there is. And then once we get into it and things start to get weird, we get some music and some tone setting, but just the use of silence in the first half of this episode is stellar. It makes me sit here like waiting on bated breath to figure out what happens. It makes me actively more interested and more intrigued by what's going on because of the absence of sound. It's very much like the first conversation that we had about Mushishi in the very beginning, which was atmosphere and how we create it. And one of the ways to create an interesting atmosphere is to take away things that we expect: music, background audio, sounds of nature, things like that, and to create an atmosphere of things are just a little bit different than you might expect out here. And I think that this episode does a fantastic job of playing with expectations. It's also gorgeous. The trees and plants and backgrounds and life and snow and footprints in the snow and all of those things are awesome looking. The way that Ginkgo tries to figure out this mystery is fantastic. And the fact that Ginkgo gets duped by a Mushi or a mountain lord, which is a little bit different because and I also think it's fun because we met the dude with the hat who was the mountain lord who had the same stuff growing on it. So it's kind of recognizable, but then also entirely different because it's just an angry turtle who turns and looks at you and doesn't do anything, but then you just get sucked into a freaking bog and swamped. Get swamped, bro. And it's weird and mysterious. It's kind of like being in a jar in a mad scientist's lab, except that it doesn't feel spooky or creepy or sinister. It just feels like a thing that's happening. It feels like we're becoming closer to the light vein, and it mirrors some of that imagery with the little specks of light, which are Koki, apparently. And all of it was to get his Koki, maybe? That's crazy. I love how slow this episode feels. Not in terms of like the pacing of it, but in terms of scene to scene to scene to scene. You know, it's like when we talk about the flow of shots from one into the other, this one has that flow, but it has that flow in its own pace, in its own time, unbound by anything else. It's like the episode doesn't care about being an episode of anime, it just wants to be what the turtle god wants, you know? I feel like the turtle god is really the director, and it's all a metaphor for, I don't know, stealing our time or so. No, I don't know. It's interesting, and Ginkgo, it shows us Ginkgo still finding out interesting things that he doesn't know about the Mushi world and about the world around him. And his curiosity and the way that he interacts with those things is fantastic and interesting. I really like this episode. It's very different and very distinct from almost every episode of Mushishi that we've ever had, but it's unique in a way that feels right. I can kind of imagine this one as a chapter in the story, and a chapter with very few dialogue boxes, mostly just images of Ginkgo wandering this mountain and trying to figure out what's going on, with bits and pieces of box text as he talks to himself and thinks things through. It's really an interesting one. Yeah, I feel like this is a non-typical but very, very solid episode of Mushishi and is very interesting in an interesting way. Now, because I did it the last time, I'm going to look this episode up and see if I've completely misinterpreted it somehow according to Reddit. Give me a sec to do that. Yeah, everybody just thinks that the Mountain Lord is a badass and his hilarious turtle, har har. And then some people talk about the power of the tranquil peacefulness in the story, and the intrigue that they find in it being so quiet and interesting. I agree with all of those sentiments except for the Mountain Lord. He's kind of a dick, but is pretty interesting. Um, I think that the thing that stands out most by far about this episode is how much it's able to create in terms of story and emotional impact and feel without actually doing much, like without going hard, without using a lot of audio cues or sound effects or even a lot of crazy visuals. It's mostly just Ginkgo wandering around through a winter forest or sequences of total silence in a forest, or a sequence of him drifting into an impossible scape of weird bubbling koki and like frozen animals. Such a weird episode, but in the best possible way. And I think that's the highest praise that I can give it, is that it's the best possible kind of weird. And that's pretty freaking cool to me, man. Okay, these were two very interesting episodes of Mushishi. I definitely stumbled on episode 9 because I misinterpreted the ending. And again, I think that that's a flaw with the episode as well as a flaw with me. This one, there's not much to interpret and there's not much room for me to have fucked it up. It's just quiet and peaceful and tranquil and yet kind of mysterious and spooky in a way, because so much of this is so far outside of human control or human understanding, you know? Like, I might sit here and go, why, Mountain Lord? Why would you do this? And Ginkgo might say that it's all about getting the Koki from him, and it might be, but we don't necessarily know that that's the reason. And I don't necessarily know if the Mountain Lord turtle has whys in the same way that I do, right? He's a mountain lord there to balance the flow of power and life energy and stuff in this whole region. He's so far beyond our individual human comprehension that it's almost futile to try to understand him. You just try to get out alive and try to make sure that you're part of the oneness and the flow of things, and kind of laugh it off as he steals your Koki. Super weird and sort of trickster-esque, but not in any expected way or following any trickster type legends that I'm aware of. Very interesting episode, and one that I thoroughly enjoyed. Okay, that's going to be a wrap. I've been Teeaboo. These have been 2 episodes of Mushishi Zoku Show. Next week, we're going to watch Odoro no Michi. If you've got any comments or thoughts or criticisms either about the episodes, 9 and 10, or about the way that I reacted and talked about them, please hit me with them. I expect that there will be a couple about the way that I thought about episode 9 at least. But I'm interested to see those. And if you've got a way of interpreting it that makes more sense to you, then that works for me, and I will absolutely read those. Drop those in the comments. Regardless, I will see you next week for more Mushishi Zoku Show with Odoro no Michi, leading into the second season of the second season, which is Zoku Show Season 2, but it's actually Season 3. Yeah, you know what I mean. See you next week for more. Peace.